Okay, I want to take a little time here to go over the next assignment, which is two main things and a couple of other miscellaneous things. So the two main objectives of this assignment are one, updating the strategy, the design strategy, diagram, and approach, and secondly, obviously, is the master plan itself, developing a fully rendered master plan with a program and diagrams to explain it. So um, we technically are delivering this or assigning this on March 23rd, um, but it's due. You got a little over 2 weeks. We try to put a little extra time in here. We maybe around 4 or 5 more days for this assignment, because I know there's going to be some learning curve and things of that. Things you have to learn to go along with it, such as Camtasia. So, but Camtasia can be easy. If you just do the basics of it, which is basically record the screen, record your voice, and then export it into an MP4. There are other things you can do, but let's get into the assignment. So it's due April 6th by 1:50 p.m. So that's basically when studio starts. So by April 6th, have this stuff uploaded. You guys try to work with one another to figure out who's presenting what part, those kind of things. But 15-minute PowerPoint presentation. You don't have to show any of your other stuff again right now. So just start with the problem statement and the strategy, and then move into the master plan. Okay, so you have a lot, all new work basically. The way we want you to submit it is through a Camtasia file. So screen captured video using Camtasia software, and you can submit that via eCampus. We don't care if you submit the MP4 files, or if you have a YouTube channel you want to upload it to, and you just submit a link for the group, however you want. We really want you guys to work together to compose these things into one single MP4 file or one link. In other words, if you have to do them separately, so one person in your group talks for 7 minutes, then the next person does another 6 or 7, whatever. Compile them in order into one MP4 file, and submit that one MP4 file or link from Camtasia. So in Camtasia, you can open all of them together and then just align them along a track and then export that. So it's very simple to do. If you somehow can't figure out how to do that, which I think you should be able to, please number your files in order. And I see I got this letter, so I'm gonna make it smaller, but number your files in an order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C, D, or something, so we know which way. We're going to open them in Camtasia, and then we're going to align them and let them play back to back to back to back. Anyway, um, please, if you somehow can't, which we prefer that you do, please at least come up with some sort of nomenclature, putting them some sort of order that they should be watched, okay? If you think they're taking too long to upload to eCampus, put them in a Google Drive and share them with us. We don't care. Trying to be as flexible as we can on submitting this stuff. But please try to, if you have 5 or 6 files, put them in a zip file, one file that we can download. Don't try not to upload, 20 different files individually. Then we have to piece them together. Okay. Um, so what is this? So you know what your design strategy is. You've already started on that. It's this kind of plan of action, right? That you're gonna execute, based on what the analysis was telling you and how you're trying to solve the problem. And basically, it is the framework in which your master plan is going to be executed. So now you also need to develop spatial, programmatic, and functional ideas for the site. Explore their location, where they go, what they're doing, how they interact, and what they're connecting to. So a master plan is basically this kind of far-reaching, comprehensive idea of a futurized state of affairs, which is basically illustratively explains the design program and functionality all in one drawing, and then you talk to that drawing to explain it. And typically you would do these schematic drawings to reinforce it, to illustrate the concepts and the finer details and those kind of things. Um, and you're going to do that part next, or at least start on a little bit of that too. But you're going to create a master plan and do a series of diagrams explaining that plan. So let's talk about what you got here. So Required information. So one, revised problem statement. Most of you have those revised pretty much now. Revised design strategy. So what's the problem? What's the strategy we're taking? Don't worry about any of the other stuff, okay? Then the fully listed rendered master plan with a design program. And you really need to watch the master plan examples video that you'll see at the bottom here on YouTube. And you need to watch 7 rules of urban design to help you trying to get your head around how to design sustainably. Okay, so and you'll see some good examples of a master plan with a numbered program on it and how detailed the programs are. That's how detailed we want you to think. Also, and again, you're going to see these descriptive diagrams in that lecture as well. I want you to do some diagrams about the master plan. Show your new transportation hierarchy, and that means a vehicular transportation hierarchy, pedestrian transportation hierarchy. And that can be however you want to design it. You can utilize what it is now, or you can change it completely. Your new land use diagram, and so how you're arranging the land uses around that transportation hierarchy, the green space network that you're putting in, how it connects, the new building footprint that you put in, and that means what the existing buildings you kept versus what are the new proposed buildings you're putting in, and any other kind of specialty maps that you want to put in that are related to the problem statement. So any of those kind of things that you want to show, or however many of those you want to show, it's up to you. Also, I think these next two are going to be probably in their draft phase when you show them. Maybe they'll be further along than I think, but I want you to do 2 sections or perspectives or 2 section perspectives, either whatever you want to draw, some sort of detail of strategic place you're starting to show some of your ideas here that we can edit. And consider, some of you already have them, right? You can put them beside your previous ones and just draw the new design on top of that old section so you have a before and after kind of thing. But 2 sections or section perspectives. And we gave you a 3D model, and no one's really utilized it yet to some degree. Um, I don't expect these to be fully done, but you know, practice exporting a digital file of your master plan, and try to extrude some of that to make a kind of 3D base model to try to create a bird's eye view. Because the next assignment you're going to do more perspectives and sections and actually detail the bird's eye view. So these last two we hope to get drafts of at this point, but the master plan needs to be pretty close to finished. And then also do a 1,000 word essay, write it up, describing the actual layout of the design, why it's laid out like that, what the programmatic elements are, and how they support the strategy. Okay? There's no outline for that, just a 1,000 word abstract about the design itself. If you look on the YouTube channel, we've sent an email out to you about where it is, but there are 4. These are really just one lecture. YouTube just wouldn't allow me to put anything over 15 minutes, so I had to break it into 3 parts. So please watch this, take some notes on it, apply these things to your design. Here's some great examples of master plans and master plan renderings and diagrams of how to break these things down and how to draw them. We're also going to be doing some tutorials on how to do master plans in Photoshops and rendering techniques, and those will all be coming out soon, so please be on the lookout for tutorials to follow along with. This will be your rubric, similar to most other rubrics, 100 points total, and for this assignment. So it's a pretty big assignment. I can't stress enough that I really want you to create. I would work like this. I would develop a transportation hierarchy. What are my main arterials? And then arrange the land uses around that transportation hierarchy. So the bulk of the mixed use and commercial and higher densities type land uses are going to be clustered around where those primary arterials intersect, right? And then they dissipate outward to smaller, less dense land uses, single family, those kind of things. If you watch these videos down here, you're going to get the gist of what I'm talking about. And so these kind of give the philosophy behind it, and this gives you kind of the idea of how they all work together. So don't be afraid to steal a bunch of ideas from these lectures. So hopefully that gives you an overview of exactly what you're trying to accomplish here.